Hi, everybody.
Hey, Sav. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm doing better, but still dealing with a nasty like I think it's a sinus infection. I'm
Ew.
hoping it's just a sinus infection because I've been having a nasty cough.
Okay. Well, I will also hope that it's a nasty sinus infection. Well, I hope it's a normal sinus infection, not nasty at all.
If it unfortunately turns out to be long COVID, let me know.
Okay.
Are you looking for
Hmm.
samples from people
Yeah.
with
Yep,
long COVID?
that one took me a minute.
So many people want long COVID, and it's like like one of the rarest things because you can't like clinically. I mean, you can clinically determine it's long COVID, but like you have to get these like extensive tests. It's just not. It's not good.
Mhm.
So if you have it, let me know.
Well, I don't have any live cells.
I think you're dead then.
Well, I meant for COVID anyway.
I like imagining this where the two of you go into some sort of deal and you both walk out with like $100,000.
I wish.
Just like a head hunting thing, but for viruses.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, no word from X, and I don't want to wait forever. So let's go and get started. And he can jump in a little. I'm sure he remembers everything that happened last time. It was a very straightforward session. Not a lot happened. There was definitely no major story things that we introduced or dealt with.
I will be 100% honest. There was so much happening all the time that I didn't even know where to start my notes, so I just didn't take any.
Awesome.
There was so much happening.
Well, I will ask, does anybody feel confident in their memory enough? Or just this once, would you guys like me to throw you a bone and do the recap myself?
From what I remember, uh, at least from Rayun's perspective, he came back from doing errands and went in search of the party. The party ended up at a masseuse parlor, and some people got good massages. Other people felt weird about it, and we found information about a young elf girl who I'm forgetting the name of, but somebody will fill me in.
Irian, yeah.
Irian, yeah. Then the lead took us all the way down to the docks area, where a bunch of like shipping crates were being moved around and stuff like that. It's like it kind of reminds me of like a Costco, but out at sea.
All right, I'll take that, yeah.
And we ended up going to, what was it, one of the inns that was there, and old Shelley was the main proprietor of that. And then we went to each of his correspondents. Started with, what was it, Beecher, then Gyra, then Urzag, and then Bottleby last because we were kind of like, I think we have all of our information, but then the guardsmen were kind of like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be snooping around. So we went back to Bottleby's. Bottleby was like, yeah, there's a ship that comes every so often. You should check on that with that guy. And he points down and he points to the I believe it's the ship director or something like that. We go over there and we pay to get on the boat, and we're waiting for the boat now. I think, if I'm all caught up.
All in all, that was not bad. Let's see. Fill in a couple gaps here and there. First off, massage parlor, come on. We're talking like the nicest luxury hotel that just also happens to be centered around massage that you've ever seen. This place, like, this is full service. Mind, body, spirit, other parts of you, everything. That being said, otherwise, yeah, there were a lot of massages going on. Let's see. So, one thing that didn't come up that I think was particularly important was Mira. You did talk about what you saw, yeah?
I did to Holden.
Okay.
I don't remember telling the whole group, but I asked Holden to help me keep an eye out since we were going to the market to look for the
Yep.
victim that was dead on the bench.
Perfect. Then in that case, the most that we will go with is Mira had stuff happen that was her own private session stuff. But yeah, you spoke with the head greeter Malo at the House of Rest Nocturnal, and he said, "Yep, you're looking for Irian," and she went to the Sandway docks trying to recruit new talent. This, by the way, all this information, this lead was given to you by Honor, the proprietress of the House of Rest Nocturnal, who changed X's or Morthos's life. He will never be the same. It's beautiful. So, you went to the Sandway docks, you talked to Old Shelley, talked to all 5 of the business folk at the Sandway docks, and you got a lot of information from them saying, yep, she definitely went to one of the docks to the northeast. And then you talked to Bottleby, who said, yep, she definitely got on that boat. So, you guys chartered that boat. And I think that's where we'll pick up. There were definitely a lot of conversation going on about the information you were getting from all of these proprietors. But Sav, you covered a little bit of it. You received a pendant from Jyra, who had suspected that Rayun was looking for a lost lass for reasons. And it turns out Irian had pawned that necklace at Jyra's shop. Beecher had briefly spoken with Irian. Urzag just honestly was kind of crushing on some girl at Old Shelley's and was not terribly helpful. And then, yeah. Then now we're going, let's get started with the session then.
Woohoo.
So, we can skip a little bit of waiting around time. It's about an hour from when you sign up and pay for it. I swear these cats are going to drive me crazy. I have been sitting down for 15 minutes and they have tried 4 times to get on my lap. Freaking leave me alone. So about an hour goes by and not a lot of interesting role playing going on during that hour unless there's something you guys would like to do beforehand. But I'm also perfectly content to imagine that there are some benches for you to wait at. I'm not going to call him the Harbor Master. I'm going to call him the Skiff Man because that's a pretty sweet title. After about an hour or so, gets your attention and directs you to a skiff about 15, 20 feet, like larger than a raft, smaller than a sloop. And there are a pair of dudes that are paddling, and he very politely guides everybody in, makes sure everybody's belongings are taken care of. He is a little surprised that nobody has any luggage, but makes a quick joking remark about it, how it's going to be a short trip and all. But otherwise, yeah, this is an easy enough trip for you guys to make. And we're off to sea. And we're not very far off to sea because you could tell pretty easy. This skiff is not seaworthy to any large extent. But the two paddlers are directing it pretty much dead on to a ship that's not too far off of the port. We're talking like, I don't know, half a mile, a mile. Like, it is anchored away from the docks, but it, not too far off. And you can see like this ship is kind of well armed. You were previously on your way here on what was effectively a ferry barge, right? Tons of cargo, moving some people and all, but mostly this is just cargo. No weapons, no nothing. The ship that you're approaching, though, it's got weapons. It doesn't have a lot in the way of cannonry, but giant ballistae all up and down, port and stern. It's kind of impressive. It looks like these ballistae are big enough to fire one of you. That'd be fun once. As you get close, you can't. What's up?
Not it.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Actually, really surprised Foob didn't volunteer.
He probably did and was just muted and didn't realize it.
Wrong character.
Mm. So, as you get closer, you do make out a flag. The flag is, I'm going to describe it in out-of-game terms because it's way easier. Kind of looks like Kazooie from Banjo-Kazooie, but just like a white silhouette of the bird. And the skiff very expertly glides right up to the side of the boat. The folks aboard the ship throw down some ropes and ladders, and one of the skiffmen looks around at the crew. Is the five of you, and there's a couple others, just like they are definitely travelers. And he assesses a lot real fast. Oh, welcome aboard. Can I get your bags or anything? And the two that are with you definitely take them up on that, but otherwise there's not a lot. So the other skiffman just directs you guys to the ladder. Aboard the ship. It's a ship. You've been on ships before. You know how ships work. This crew is looks to be pretty diligently working. Besides all of the normal tasks of cleaning and whatnot, there are people that are pretty attentively tending to those ballistae. And you are. I just realized that I don't even know what scene I'm on. You guys are looking at the landing page. Perfect.
Yep.
Then I'm going to play here for a minute. So you are greeted fairly boisterously as you arrive. You're on sort of the mid deck. That I think works in my head. You're on the center of the ship, and standing up above the captain's quarters is man in a nice leather vest and a blouse that looks like maybe this guy has actually done his laundry. And he smiles, starts taking a quick head count. Welcome aboard, everyone. Welcome aboard. My name is Captain Lexi, and I am in charge of the Pinion Breaker. Now, I believe that we are scheduled for a trip to Doorstep. Am I correct?
Yes.
Oh, it's like Sav tries text-to-speech assistant. He nods, and you start to hear like some muttering. The other two passengers are a fairly pleasant older couple, and maybe it don't have too much to add besides that same yes. And as they get up and their luggage is hauled aboard, he says, well, that's wonderful. Crew, why don't you help them out with their belongings, make sure they get into the proper place, and, well, we'll see if some of you don't make it to doorstep after all. In the meantime, if you'd be so kind to put down your weapons, I would appreciate if this went a little smoother.
Insight check?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to drop this right here. Let's do this for now. Bam. Look at that handsome dude.
Look at that handsome too.
Yeah. In fairness, if I was a gentle and benevolent person, I would definitely roll that again on your behalf. But yeah, you rolled a 2. That's fine. Is there something specific that you're looking for? I think I know what it is, but I want to check.
Mostly just like the tone at which they're saying it, and also just like where they're like what's like what the look on their faces like when they see us with our weapons.
Oh, I just totally forgot to hit enter when I said talk to myself. Well, that happens. Look, you didn't critically fail that. I am happy to give you at least this much information. This dude's really happy right now. This dude's having a great time. The fact that he is down an eye doesn't even matter to him. I'm going to click one more button because the downside to my secret insight check plan is that I have to open everybody's character sheets and roll the dice. Wow. Yeah, okay. That's easy enough. I'm not going to DM. This is pretty straightforward. I mean, look, this guy has weapons on him. And particularly Mira Holden, this dude has weapons on him. There's a pistol in the picture because, let's be real, I couldn't draw a picture like that to save my life. But the thing that draws your attention is he has an absolutely gorgeous rapier on his side. And you two in particular have no doubt that he is actively threatening you. Stop talking to myself. As the elderly couple start complying and just like handing their belongings to the crew, they genuinely seem like they genuinely think that this is a part of the experience. Like, oh yeah, of course. Why do I need my wallet? Here you go. The captain sees that you lot maybe aren't necessarily immediately shedding your weapons and clothes. And with his arms spread wide, he says, now, come now. No sense in delaying. We've got a long way to go, and especially a lot of you, young, hale, worth quite a bit.
There's some sentimental value to
I feel like we're being sold into slavery here, and I'm. I want to just shoot this person right in his stupid face.
I think it's illegal that that these guys are doing the things that they're doing.
You can't do that. It's bad.
I think these criminals might be doing crime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure enough. Like, hey, he's not really hiding himself. But I'm assuming, I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that the party is not particularly eager to drop all of their stuff for him.
No,
Correct.
I'm gonna tell Glitch to put himself between me and this would-be pirate captain, and I'm going to draw my crossbow and ask him if he's certain he wants my weapon.
He is kind of grinning when he sees that. He says, "Oh, look at that. A challenge? Well, I haven't had one of those in forever. All right, boys. But don't kill him." When he draws his rapier just like lightning fast, and the flourish that he puts on this, like he literally flings it about a foot in the air, and when he catches it, like holds a hero's pose.
Can I attempt to shoot it out of the air instead?
I'm gonna say no because give
Okay.
me my cutscene, dude. Come on.
That's fair.
When he catches this rapier, he says, "They're worth a lot more if they're alive, lads." And I'm going to have everybody roll some initiatives.
We also don't have the correct character tokens.
I
They are still
am-
showing level 3
Well, that's surprising.
or level 4 at 24 hit points,
I was wondering about that.
being level 5 at 38 hit points.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to first do the thing you said and move you guys here. How about this? Even better, I'm going to move you guys to the proper scene and give you the up. Oh, I already moved you to the proper scene. Yeah, good
Mhm.
job, me. And then let you guys rearrange yourselves however you like. I've been staring at this scene for the last like 2 days and just thought this was like my desktop background.
I can't interact with my token.
Yeah, that was also a potential problem because we had to make a new token for you, and
Oh,
that
right.
got weird.
Right.
Let's see. I expect that the HP being off is because the HP is not properly tied to.
So if you
Too big.
delete this was just me dragging my character from the journal to the thing. That's my current hit points and level with the 5 bonus hit points from the massage parlor, which I don't know if that's still there or not. But
Yeah,
we may
but
just have to redrag from the journal.
the strange thing is that's what I see on your character token on the small old one.
Yeah, it updated live when I dragged it from the journal.
Weird.
Perfect.
Also weird about this is I swear that's exactly what I did when I populated this. Was I was just like, screw it, let's just drag you guys and then I'll drag some puds or whatever.
Mine seems
Okay.
to be correct.
If you delete the one with the health bar, the one without the health bar, I can maneuver.
Done and done.
Thank you.
There were too many mirrors. It was confusing. Like if you look too carefully, you started seeing a mirror image. It was awful. Also, for the sake of everybody's enjoyment, I'm going to ask, would somebody like to pilot Morthos, or should he be conveniently guarding the old people?
If the encounter is balanced to include him, I can pilot him. But if you've already made accommodations for him not being here or can, I think it's fine to have him just.
I'm going to be honest, in this case, I 100% did not, because I was just calculating on him being here, even when there was the toxic void cloud. So, whoops. Let's see. I bet, though, that I can give permissions somehow to have you manipulate him. And if I can't figure this out in like 20 seconds, then I will give up and be sad. Do you have control of Morthos now?
I do not. Oh yeah, I do.
Nail it. Gosh, I'm so good at this. Very basic task. We did it. All right. I should get some initiatives. I'm so like scatterbrained right now that I was like, oh right, initiatives. Let's do that, huh? So since I didn't have turn tracker up, I bet none of these initiatives hit. Oh, there they go. They all populated once. Ooh. Well, let's see. We don't have Rain. That's fine.
Oh, do you
Oh,
want me to?
there he is.
Yeah, I'm right there.
I swear, it's just like the second I think there's a problem, it fixes itself. And honestly, that's the life I want to live. Where did I put these guys? Hope you'll forgive me. I was thinking about this as I was putting this together. It's been like months since I've rolled initiative.
It's true.
Can't believe you guys didn't give me more crap about that.
Hey, we're just going where the story takes us.
That's true. And you know what? Sometimes you just need a good murder mystery.
Did you find my initiative, Zell?
I did, and then a different initiative popped up on the tracker. So I'm going to fix that real
That's
fast.
Morthos.
That was Morthos.
No, I'm saying that the turn tracker says 12, and the roll that I see for your initiative says 7.
Right.
It's because you didn't clear the turn tracker before from last time to this time.
Yeah, I don't even see my my person on the turn tracker.
That's extra weird. What? Do what I say. Ooh, yeah, okay. We're going to do some spring cleaning here. All right, so I'm going to delete this one. If I can. I may have to clear this. I don't know how to delete individual ones. Can I do that? Ooh. This is, by the way, how I do most of my like session prep too. Of like, I'm just gonna mutter to myself, and all of my coworkers think it's really interesting. So we got Morthos. We've got unnamed Puds. Do you see Rain's initiative now?
No.
Neat. Well, then I will add it manually. How about now?
Yes.
Okay. How about now? Because I had to delete one.
Yes.
Sweet. Didn't break it. Let's see. Give me 2 minutes for these guys, and then we'll actually be ready to go.
Woot.
Brit. And... oh, that's not right, though. One for this guy. It's really convenient for this particular session that the last campaign I ran was pirate themed. Because boy, did I need a bunch of random sailor looking puds, and we got there. All right, well, we did it. We have a fully functioning turn order. So now, I don't even know whose turn it is.
I believe it's Mira's.
I mean,
am at
yes, but I've always been a big fan of if two players are tied, then you guys can just decide who goes next. I don't care.
honestly, I think Tyrus should be at the top with the 20. I mean, he got a nat 20 for his initiative.
Yeah.
Yep. That's good enough for me. Tyrus, you're up.
Okay. I guess I'll shoulder my rifle and aim at Captain Hook over here. That's not the captain because this is the pirate captain. But I'm gonna
That
aim
is
at
definitely the
Captain
pirate captain. This is definitely the... screw you. I already typed his name. The first mate.
Hook. Okay. Well, I'm gonna shoot at first mate Hook.
Works for me.
With big ol' rifle. If I can find it on my... Here it is.
Dang.
I think that hits, hopefully.
It's pretty good.
I just want to know so that I know for my own brain's sake. That
Mhm.
is a 24 total, right?
I believe so, yes.
They both definitely hit. I just want to make sure that I'm looking at that number right. I didn't want there to be any doubt of like, oh, does he think that a 22 doesn't hit and 24 does? That's crazy. No, you definitely shot this dude like right in the chest.
Okay.
And for good damage too. Shoot.
Max damage, actually.
That is as good as that damage gets.
And then let's do it again.
Jeez.
Do it again.
And then I might miss. This one I'm not
Well,
sure about.
Yeah, this is one of those numbers where we might learn something. First thing I'm going to learn is, I don't know what it is. Oh, wow, you hit him!
Nice.
Heck yeah! All right, 7 more. I can do that. Actually, the first thing I'm going to learn is, Zell, would you please, for the love of goodness, stop closing everybody's character sheets the second you're done with them?
Gosh, Zell, don't close our character sheets.
Hey, you know what
Your
you did
character
do right,
sheets.
though?
What's that?
We are seeing the health bars. Good
Yes.
job.
Heck yeah! See, that was something I could remember to do at work, was go into as a player mode. Okay, well, that's a heck of a start. Like 2 seconds after, all right, it looks like there's going to be a fight. Blam, blam!
So I started blasting.
Yeah. Well, good news. You have certainly injured a man who technically hasn't actually acted against you, but let's be real. This first mate had the, we'll say, the presence of mind to draw a great axe. So he probably had ill intent.
Nice.
Uh,
I don't think
anything
I'm
else?
going to move. I'm going
Okay.
to stay right here, so...
Works for
Stare at
me.
them menacingly.
I mean, it's a pretty menacing stare when the gun is still smoking. In that case, Mira.
My turn, my turn. All right.
Mira, I'm going to have you roll an insight check, and you actually get to roll this one. That's a pretty good one.
It's pretty good.
I'm going to feed you just a quick bit of information. Okay, listen, there's going to be some typo.
Nice. Okay. Is that something that I share?
I mean, that is your information.
Okay. All right, I'm ready for my turn.
It's your turn.
I'm going to step back. I'm going to let the crew know, let my team know that I think the captain is a bard and may be controlling these people somehow. So until we know more, we might not want to do lethal damage. And then I'm going to try enthralling performance.
Our captain is a dragon.
I can't wait till their captain is actually a dragon.
Oh my god.
Listen, no joke. Thought about it.
All right. So here is enthralling performance.
Wow.
In case you want to read it. Are you ready for my enthralling performance? Because I have to perform for at least a minute. I am not going to perform for a full minute, but I did write up a special something just for this. Okay.
I mean, I do think that you should perform for a full minute.
I mean, I guess I could just do the 4 lines multiple times. I did not prepare a full minute's worth of performance.
I do want to check with you though, because I think this is like you perform for a minute and then the effect happens.
Yes. Oh, 10 turns?
10
Gross.
turns. Yeah, a turn
Ugh.
is 6 seconds.
Oh, well, then never mind. That's
Yeah,
stupid.
I think you're going to get a lot more use out of that enthralling performance in like social situations.
Blech. All right. Then I am going to prepare the advanced dodge and not take any actions.
Okay.
Because I'm not quite sure I want to get into this fight yet.
That's
I was
fair.
hoping to just take other people out of the fight.
I mean, I absolutely respect that decision. And that's a plan we can work on together. In that case, I'm going to move on to the captain, who is unfortunately not a dragon. Oh yeah, I should have done that. Yeah, that happens.
Their captain is enthralling?
He is, however, going to just start doing a series of very, let's be real, pretty impressive flourishes with his sword. Not a skill? Or does he not have the performance skill? Did I not give? He has the performance skill now. Look at the magic of being GM. Suddenly, this man learned how to perform. It was an okay performance. All right, fine. After all that. But once again, this performance centers very heavily on that rapier of his, and he spends a good few seconds twirling and throwing it in the air. This time, when he finishes catching it, the people that are watching the captain, their eyes come back down to his hand and see that there are many of him. Ta-da!
And only one is the real one.
I would say that performance is pretty enthralling.
I mean, he didn't do it for a full minute, but boy, imagine if he had.
Guys, you might need to upgrade your bard. This bard is better than me.
Oh.
This part is pretty good.
All right, hand me your talent tree.
I got like halfway through making this guy, and I was like, "Holy crap! If I play in a D&D campaign anytime soon, I might just play this dude." But like, not a human. Anyway, I'm gonna move to Morthos, and I genuinely forgot that X wasn't here because I was about to be like, "All right, X, it's your turn." Oh, so fake X.
As promised by my emoting, with his outstretched parasitic arm now burning hot with cinders, I'm going to cast Fireball. Gonna center it here.
Are you telling me this guy knows Fireball and has never actually cast it?
Should get all of the minis, this guy on deck, the sub-captain, and spare myself and Glitch, but it's going to hit Tyrus.
It is definitely going to hit Tyrus.
That's on theme. That's fine.
And if it's 20-foot radius, I think that is also going to hit Glitch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're going to do actual radius, not squares.
I mean, yeah.
Sure, I love it.
Or if there's somewhere else that you want to center that, I'm totally fine with it.
I think that's a good spot because it gets everybody on the upper deck, everybody on the lower deck, except the guy by the boat and the two guys on the fore side. So I'll put it where I put it.
All right. Jeez.
And 30 saving
Holy shit.
for Glitch.
Woo!
So Morthos didn't get the memo.
Yeah. Would you mind linking the spell just because it's always nice to have that on hand? Appreciate it. I mean, we all know it's Fireball. It's like the classic spell in my head for D&D, but still.
Yep. Ooh.
All right, well. Let's see. I'm just going to... Before I do a bunch of saving throws, I'm also going to click this button so that I can see how mirror image works. Because I'm pretty confident this is just going to dispel 3 mirror images. Because otherwise that's kind of dumb. Yeah. We're going to go with that. Except I can't. Please? There we go. All right. I need reflex saves. I do need a reflex save for Tyrus. That's going to be full damage. That seems like something Morthos would do, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
As you're sitting there on fire. Yeah, but look at how many people I killed. All right. So I need reflex saves for 1, 2, 3. And that included the 2 down here.
Yeah.
So 5. Here we go. Rapid fire. Dex saves. You know, honestly better than I expected.
2 yeses and 3 nos.
So I can get rid of these 3 and pretty brutally maim these 2. And then I need a save here. So he's good. And the half damage is 14. Oh man, I'm so bad at math. That was embarrassing. Nobody saw that. And for the first mate. Why does he not have a dex save? Do a dex roll. It was just as bad. Wow.
He's almost dead. Nice.
Goodness, you guys.
We said non-lethal.
I mean, he's not dead yet.
Woof. Okay.
The
Well,
arm
I guess
hungers.
bad guy's gonna bad.
the arm does hunger. Let's describe this happening a little bit. First off, Tyrus, Glitch, dang. That's a little unfortunate. You guys might be having a conversation at some point. Especially
Luckily,
you, Tyrus, because you took the full brunt of that.
Yeah, but I had a really good massage.
That's
so
true.
It was really like half damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing what a massage will do for you.
It's true.
This
I'm awake
ship is
now.
very suddenly not doing so good. There are several parts of this, including one entire rear mast, and I'm going to say roughly half the deck that is now violently on fire. I will say it's starting to be on fire. It's not like he threw a bottle of oil. It was just a fireball spell. But things are starting to ignite. Anyway, who cares about that? It's the first mate's turn. Oh, shoot. Well, I'm going to be honest. I had some really great ideas for what the crew and the first mate were going to do. And now we don't really have a crew or a first mate. So he's mad. Ooh, not that mad. He's mad. And sees a straight shot where he probably won't get hit with any attack of opportunities and is going to do his best to punish the man who murdered like a third of his crew and set him on fire. So now there's a fiery berserker first mate charging at Morthos.
Oh boy.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, oh, well. Okay. In that case, we'll try again. Second attack. Same as the first attack. Nailed it.
Diego Sanchez.
Diego Sanchez.
Awesome.
The captain's name is the first time I've ever used the name that Roll20 generates. This one, I had the name from the old campaign, and then afterwards was like, Nah, nobody's going to notice. So, 7 whole damage. Morthos just did 150 freaking damage, and he gets hit for 7. If he complains about this, I'm going to give him some crap. Unfortunately, here's me doing some bookkeeping. Wow. This has really turned sideways for me. I have to also give Morthos credit, though. He did not have any temporary hit points on him. So, I've decided that now he doesn't have any temporary hit points, and his massage has gone to good use. Which doesn't really make any sense as Diego swings this axe and definitely at least shakes Morthos with the might of it. But you get that like loosey-goosey post-massage feeling, and that axe isn't that big. Even though it's like kind of wedged in a nearby handrail at this point. I'm going to move on to the crew real fast. I'm going to do my best to make the crew at all impactful. What do I have left? Not very much. We've got 1 crew here, and actually, yeah. We're going to put 1 crew here and 1 crew here, and this guy's going to run forward and not do anything. 2, 3, 4, 5. These crew. Oh. This is new. Neat. I didn't know you could do that. Apparently, I don't know if everybody can see these arrows, but apparently if you pick up a token and then right-click, it measures for you how far you're moving your token. And this is my cool new Roll20 thing for the day. I'm going to be doing this so much. Dang. That's freaking amazing. Anyway, I gotta... Feel free to yell at me if I get a little loopy. It's been a week, and we're having a little bit of fun here. These crewmen are going to run forward and are going to do their best to make some magic happen. We're going to see how that goes. The first of one sent over here because he didn't really get the memo that everybody else is dead. He's still going to try and follow his captain's orders. Seems pretty good. I don't know what Morthos' AC is. You'd think I did. It's a 12? Neat. Let's do it to Tyrus, though. That's fun. Tyrus, down below, they were trying to grab a hold. This time around, it occurs to me, I actually just like flat out used the wrong roll. For grappling's sake, Tyrus, would you mind making a contested, your choice of athletics or acrobatics check?
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to make this roll. Sir,
Whoa!
get grappled. As your armor doesn't seem to do much good when all this dude is trying to do is hug you.
It's true.
So he gets his hands right around yours, and without missing a beat, this second guy decides that rather than doing any damage, he's just going to shove you. Wow, I forgot important words there.
I have been shoved.
It's going to be the same as before. Making a contested my athletics versus your athletics or acrobatics.
Oh boy.
Wow. Shove doesn't do any damage, but You are incapacitated and knocked prone,
Okay.
and are being like physically restrained by this guy. I bet there is a really
Does
sweet.
that mean this guy's also prone now? Or no?
I'm gonna say yes, but he's not incapacitated, so he has the ability to move.
Okay.
The effect of being grappled is your speed is currently 0 and cannot be modified. And additionally, you can't actually like get up from being knocked down.
Gotcha.
Anyway, that's all of the crew that's still standing. Rayan, you just watched one of your best friends in the whole wide world get violently tackled by 2 dudes. How do you react to that?
Well, first off, I'm gonna incapacitate this guy. So here I go. And this is me attacking with like the butt of my hilt. Just
Sure.
kind of, like conking him over the head.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, it's a good thing I have action surge.
Okay.
I better use it now while I still have it. Because sure enough, I'm not going to be able to use it.
I got bad news, Sav.
That's not going to hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, who changed my die out?
That's okay. We'll work on that. Look, this is it's a training arc. Get it? Because it's both.
Yeah.
Holden, bring us home. Make up for what Sav just tried to do.
Kill him.
All right. At the beginning of my turn, I'd like to ask the captain if he's prepared to surrender and cede his ship.
Oh, I just scared my cat so fiercely, she'll never forgive me. He seems weirdly unfazed about the fire. And in response, even puts up a quick flourish and says, "What's a little conflagration between funds?"
So that's a no to the surrender.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have Glitch attack the guy that's grappling Tyrus.
Mm-hmm. Well, you only needed to do 3. So how could you?
So you killed him.
Then I'm going to take crossbow shot number 1 at the person who shoved him.
Great. Sure.
My God.
And then I'm going to take my second shot at the captain next to Rayun that he tried to bonk on the head.
Mm-hmm. Triple kill.
Then I'm going to look over my shoulder at Mira and say, yo ho, yo ho. And I think I'll stay right where I am.
That's not how the song goes. Even I know that.
Pirate's dead for me.
There you go, Foob.
All right. Well, Tyrus, we're gonna move past the fact that I think we started by saying, maybe we should be nonviolent. Anyway, then I started blasting. And it's even more funny because I'm not sure you guys even know who I'm talking about anymore. So, with your new vow of semi-nonviolence, Tyrus, what are you thinking?
I'm going to use my new maneuver to get unproned.
Your new maneuver?
My maneuver. Like I can, instead of moving, I can just stand upright.
I mean, yeah. Standing up costs half of your movement.
Okay. Then
You
I'm
have
just
to
going to
have
stand
any.
up. And then I'm going to shoot at the captain.
Okay.
Captain Rapey with his rapier.
You know, maybe we avoid the nickname Captain Rapey.
Okay.
I don't know. He was doing shit without consent.
It's true.
I mean, I guess.
That missed probably.
That did
So-
miss.
I'm going to do it. Sav did, and I'm going to use Action Surge. And roll that again.
Action surge.
And
That's-
that was
That's
way better.
better. Roll some damage.
Well, at least both of us got better rolls than the first roll.
And then I'll blast him again.
The heck? How many blasts do you have?
5. So I get one more shot, and then I got to reload.
Oh, I meant like how many actions do you have in a turn?
Oh, 2?
The heck?
2
Action
attacks?
Extra attack at level 5, so when he takes the attack action again, he takes 2
Oh.
additional attacks.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, mhm.
So the
Jeez.
action surge.
Action surge.
Action surge. So that should be it, right?
Mhm.
4 attacks in total.
Okay. Well, I learned something today.
Oh, then I guess I should have rolled a third time. Or a
I was
fourth
going to
time.
say, you only have 3 attacks here.
So yeah, I need to roll a fourth time.
Because attack, action surge, attack.
Good point. It's the hit.
Hold on, I have to look up his... Okay. Well, these guys weren't wearing full plate or anything. Why don't you roll some damage? Oh, come on, man. I was ready to be so proud of you.
It's okay.
And instead I'm
He's-
only mildly proud of you.
He maybe we want him alive,
And
turn him
maybe
in
you
for a
do.
bounty.
I thought
Sure.
we were supposed to do that with the whole crew.
Yeah. Most of this crew is not recoverable.
At least I tried.
Their lives were forfeit when they tried to kill and kidnap me.
Well, Mira, where do you stand on the violence to semi-non-violence scale?
Okay, who do we have to turn in? Like, obviously we can't turn in the whole crew. Do we need to take the captain back? Do they need to be alive?
Probably.
I
the
don't think we
captain.
know any of that, but I would assume this guy probably commandeered this ship somehow, and is probably a wanted criminal, and we could probably turn him in for a bounty of some sort.
But we don't know that for sure.
But we don't know that for sure. Correct.
Or we all become shark bait and we replace the Emerald Dawn.
Ha! I do like this plan. Okay, so go with me. This could be a terrible idea, but we're going to give it a go.
But it's an idea.
Wonderful.
That's what matters.
Okay, so what do I click and then drag my character and it will tell me how far?
If you pick up your token and then
Oh,
right
nice.
click,
Okay, so this is 25 feet. I am going to cast Thunder Wave and try to push him off the boat. Yep,
okay.
that's what I'm going to do. Okay. And I can cast it at a level 2. So, oops, not level 3.
So you need a Constitution save from
Constitution
me.
saving throw, yep.
Boy, I definitely had your guys' spell in mind when I made all of these characters.
Oh, do they have high cons?
Probably not. Let's see. He's got a con save.
Yeah!
No, he doesn't.
Off the boat, buddy!
Not before
All
you
right.
break every bone in his body.
Not
gonna hit.
before I kill him. However, he is about to just get thrown 10 feet away from me. So that should take him like hanging off the edge of the boat.
And then
But I
3
feel
floors
like
down.
if he's dead, yeah. With momentum, right? Because the boat is moving. He should
You know
I
what?
think this is
get
anchored.
blasted against the railing and then tip over it and then fall past the.
I mean, this is either going to be a fairly tame scene or maybe a potentially gruesome scene. Mira, was it your intent to get him off of the boat?
Yes, it was.
Okay, then I will give you that he hits the rails, but like his legs and down hit the rails and his hips up all hit above the rail.
Yep.
And he does kind of topple over it.
Yeah.
You hear some unpleasant flesh on wood sounds as he collides with the side of his ship and some nearby balconies. But when
I
you
hear a
inevitably, yeah, you definitely hear a splash, and I'm sure that, proud of what you've just done, you can run over to that rail and look over and see that the water is churning a little.
Okay. And then I'm going to call back to the crew, see if we can negotiate now. Let's find out what these guys know.
He had a shiny
Because my turn
we
is
could have
over,
taken.
so.
Yeah. Well, it's Morithos' turn, in case Morithos feels like mercy.
Fireball.
As the leaping flames subside from his parasitic arm and it becomes the dull black color that it's always been, slightly viscous and ooze-like, it nods on its own at his wrist, almost like it's bowing its head in approval. And he tells the remaining 3 crew members that for now the beast has been satisfied. Waste not your lives, and I'm going to give them the chance to surrender.
Well, conveniently, it's their turn. Look, these guys are armed with like belaying pins and grappling hooks and rope. Like, they aren't trained soldiers. They don't even care. The dude in the back has a pistol, but it's nothing anywhere close to the gun that you have, Holden. They don't even think twice. Just like huck the things over the rail. We could go ahead and end this combat. Not that you didn't pretty much the second that fireball went out. So, I'm going to leave us on this map, though. What's on everybody's mind? Noting that, yeah, this ship is definitely mildly on fire.
Scavenging that rapier and that body.
And
Oh, no,
putting the fire out.
The rapier definitely went with the body.
Can we like, is he floating or is he like sinking?
The body appears to be non-recoverable. Actually, you know what? I am a fair and generous GM. Tyrus, roll a d20.
Okay.
Nope. You did not beat the number in my head, which was, I don't know, on an 11 plus, it left his hands before he flew.
Gotcha.
Turns out that man who I was just 30 minutes ago saying, dude, I would totally play this character, he's awesome, loved his sword just a little too much. And it went with him to the briny deeps. What else is on your guys' mind?
Well, I want to check up on the old people, make sure they're okay.
Sure. They got, like, as the fighting was starting, they sort of toddled their way over here towards where the captain's quarters are under this small ballistae that I never even got to fire. So this door is, I mean, those old people weren't going anywhere. This door isn't even locked, which is good because the key probably went overboard. Rayan, you walk inside this room and this doesn't even look much like a captain's quarters. so much as like an administrative office. There are books and scrolls and ledgers on shelves lining the walls. Sitting in a desk on to your left as you enter is a man who is kind of confusedly looking at you with quill in hand at one of the ledgers. And he like it takes a second, but he looks at you underneath his bright red bandana and says, "Oh, wait. What are you doing here?"
Wait, what are you doing here?
Well, numbers, adding, names, things like that. Um, you know, the usual.
Wait, weren't you the guy from the Culinarians challenge thing?
Yeah. Yeah, but we got that thing done in like a day. Hey, you want to help me out real quick?
Uh, with?
His right hand is holding a quill. He raises in your direction his left hand, which is fiercely manacled, apparently chained to the desk.
Whoa. Okay, hold on. And I grab my sword and I have him like stretch out the chain as much as he can.
I mean, he's happy to. He very neatly closes up this ledger and tucks his work away. But then, yeah, stretch utterly baffling look on his face, or baffled look on his face. Stretches the chain out over the desk and then kind of like leans away from it.
All right, here I go. And I'm gonna use my longsword to cut the chain. Here we go. 15.
I mean, there's a strength check in there. That's fine. Yeah, that seems all right. You may have to sharpen your sword later, but
Yeah.
it's enough that at least the chain gets like cracked and stuff, and with some wiggling, Brendan can get his wrist free and just like has a bit like a foot of dangling chain that, let's be honest, is actually kind of rad. When he stands up, he's thank goodness for you. I don't know how much longer I was going to be doing all this ledgering.
Well, okay. Let's get this out of the way. How the hell did you get chained up?
He he's like, I'm going to assume that he and you start walking out from the office.
Yeah.
But he sees the rest of the party and kind of goes pale for a sec. Says, "Oh, well, we got our task done. You know, we went. It turns out our culinarian only needed like 2 things. It was barely more than us going to the market. We went out, we caught some fish, we brought him some fish, and then he said he was done and didn't need us anymore. So, whatever. We got a boat. We looked to charter a boat, had a little bit of Culinarians Guild money on our backs, and we found the cheapest vessel we could that'd take us to Nazma. Figure we'd get in some, get in some work. Maybe help out some people, some refugees in need." And then it turned out that the cheapest ship available clasped me in irons 5 minutes after I got on board.
Well, hey, is there anybody else on this ship right now? Do you know?
I mean, the crew. I think they just. Well, I don't think. He looks back at his ledgers and says, "I know." They just finished unloading. So if you're talking about like other captives, not really.
Okay.
Why are you looking for someone?
Yeah, little elf girl. Was wearing white.
Hold on. He brings you back into the office. When about did you last see her?
That was like 2 weeks ago, right, guys? Calling out to the others.
It appears the others went for a potty break.
I think so. I'd say about 2 weeks ago.
Okay, let's see. 2 weeks. He fishes out one of the large books, flips through. You could see as he's starting to flip through his book, he has been taking some meticulous records. Let's see. What do we know about her? Elf girl. I mean, white blouse isn't going to do much unless we inventoried the blouse. And say what you will about this creepo lot, at least they didn't do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do we have a name, age?
No age, but I had a name.
Sav, I've already said this name twice. Come on.
I know, man.
All right, I'm going to type this name out, and you're
All right.
definitely going to remember.
I'm going to write it on my heart. Irian.
All right, Irian, and he starts fingering through pages. Goes for a good like 15, 20 seconds. And he says, yeah, no, that doesn't ring a bell. It doesn't look like anybody with that name's been on this ship, at least any time in the last few weeks. Sure she came this way?
Pretty sure. Had a bunch of people from the docks over yonder tell us that she boarded the ship.
Well, I can't help you with that one, but I can say I've been recording every last bit of personal information on people that have passed through here for the last almost 3 weeks. And there's, I don't think a single elf. Well, that's not true. There's one guy, but yeah, no elf women have been on this ship since I got clasped here.
Huh. That's odd.
Yeah, not to cut this too much shorter, but we should probably get back to shore, right? I heard the fire.
Yeah, we should probably handle that. That's why I came in here in the first place, was to check up on the old couple.
They're standing. They are still in the room. They genuinely don't look like they can tell anything's wrong. Oh, wow. I didn't realize both John and Meg were gone. I just thought it was Meg.
Sorry about that. Yeah, whenever there's scary noises and the dogs are freaking out, John goes to check it out first to make sure it's safe. So he's just making sure everybody is good before he comes back up.
All right.
Crisis averted.
Okay. Did you guys have headphones on?
No, unfortunately they don't make it out past the kitchen.
Didn't think so, but I thought I would at least try.
Yeah.
We just had what turned out to be actually kind of a big info dump.
Oh, okay. I will make sure to watch it during the break.
Oh, it's fine. I was actually just going to suggest that when John gets back, Sav would relay that information to everyone.
Oh, fabulous.
But in the meantime, while we figure that out, yeah, we should probably figure out what we're doing about this fire.
Yeah.
Let's start with this. is the plan to evacuate the ship?
Yes,
Okay.
as much as we can. Hey, look,
Nice.
fire
Can't believe that
Pokemon.
token's coming back.
Can I check below deck to see if there are any other people down there?
Sure. The second you get below deck, there is no more doubt in your mind this is a slaver ship. Like half of the cargo space below deck is replaced with metal cages, manacles. They are ready to transport folks.
And now it's our bad guy's passenger jail ship.
Oh. Well, if we can stop this fire.
Are any of the cells full?
No.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. I'll relay more more info after we get this fire out of the way.
Well, I mean, at this point, this is a pretty distinct fire. Like, you're probably going to be down at least the rear sails. If the plan is to deal with the fire, how do you plan on doing that?
With water from the ocean? I don't know anything about ships, but wouldn't they have some mechanism for fire prevention that we might be able to use?
I mean, like, there's a bilge pump to get water out. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't actually know the answer to that.
Well, in Sea of Thieves,
I was going to
they
say,
have
my
like a
experience,
pump.
yeah, is Sea of Thieves, where you have a magic bucket and it throws one bucket of water and puts out 50 square feet of fire.
Sounds great. Let's get magic
But
buckets.
if you remember in the actual like ships, they have like a pump to pump in water into like a little reservoir.
I just didn't know if they had water pumps to pump water back in as well.
Yeah, that's what it's for, at
I
least in
would
Sea of Thieves.
feel there's got to be something like that on a ship because a fire is the biggest source of potential catastrophe, right?
Yeah, especially when you have rampaging tieflings on board.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
you got to plan for all
Does
occasions.
Morthos have an anti-fireball by chance?
Like a
That just
water ball?
like that evaporates fire instead of
Any
spreading
kind of
it?
frost-based spells?
I'm pretty sure furthest Morthos' thought to putting out fires is to relieving himself on them.
Nice. Well, I mean, I suppose we could try that.
I don't think you should. But we can probably streamline this a little bit. Between the crew downstairs, who really they're not putting up a fight. If you wanted to
Order them.
conscript them to help put out the fire, you probably would only need to shout the word fire.
Fire!
Just
yell it.
Fire! But you got to sing it. No?
I would, but my voice is shot.
That's reasonable. It takes a little while. I mean, these guys are just passing buckets along in a fire brigade style. But yeah, we can get this fire mildly under control.
Is it just these 3 crewmen?
No, there's probably about a dozen or so below deck.
Oh.
These are just the ones that were initially able to answer the call from the captain.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, sure. That takes a little bit of the stress out of this situation. Probably for the best. It might limp a little bit being down a sail. But, hey, at least you guys aren't sinking. That's true.
You can fix it.
Sure. Well.
So do we want to take this boat back to Nazma and turn it in to the authorities? Or do we want to keep it?
I mean, if the authorities will allow us to keep it, then sure. At least that's what I'm thinking. So long as it gets reported in that this was a slaver ship, and now it'll be under our handle.
Did we confirm that while I was wrangling cats, or is that just my supposition that you guys are carrying forward?
I checked
Oh.
below deck, and it was confirmed by the multiple cages down there that this is a slaver ship.
Dirty
Yes.
fucking pirates! I knew it.
Yes. And
Worse than pirates, they're slavers.
And
Mhm.
Irian has not been on this ship at all. According to our friend, and I'm forgetting your name, sir.
Dude, he's got a name tag on.
No, he doesn't.
It's not
Really?
there.
Oh,
It's not
gosh,
there.
Oh,
For
this
us.
is before I learned how to use name tags. Hold on.
Yeah. And he doesn't have a name tag.
Look, this whole campaign has been a learning experience for me. How about now?
I
Yes. Brendan, thank you.
mostly want to go back to the port we left to go punch that merchant in the face
Seriously.
for
Yeah.
selling us out to a bunch of slavers.
Yeah, and tell old Shelly that he did that. And then it'll get
And then
around
hang
that
him.
he's yeah.
All right. Well, maybe the one downside to the Sandway is it's probably not quite large enough for a ship of this caliber. So this isn't going to be particularly easy to get into port. Brendan does offer, like, hey, if you like, I can keep an eye on your ship, keep this crew under control.
Bet you could.
He's not half bad.
Oh,
mean-
was he someone in the hold before?
Yeah, he was actually chained up, and I broke him free. I need to sharpen my sword, and I show my sword, and it's kind of like chipped. I might need
Did
a
you
new
do
sword.
like the pally sense on him and see if he's I don't know,
Well-
whatever lie detector for virtue you do.
Detect smart and stupid.
Well, he said that the culinarian that he was with his team only gave him like 2 things to do, or one big thing to do was fish, and then they were done. And they tried to get a ship to Nazba, and this was the cheapest one, and he got chained up and separated. So he's been doing booking for the ship this whole time.
Did the culinarian he work for, was he also in the hold or dead?
Actually, I didn't ask. Brendan, was the culinarian with you at the time, or did you like go your separate ways?
I don't know what you're talking about. Have you met a culinarian? Those dodgy old fools don't want to leave their kitchens. No, the
Well-
second we got our assignment, we were off the docks trying to find our fish.
Who was your culinarian guildmaster? Ranmar Castaner?
No, turns out he was not available. No, we had to settle. There were a couple leftovers. We had culinarian Rahway. And, well,
I want to exchange glances silently with each member of the party. Is that a name we would have overheard at some point? I'm looking for ways to confirm this guy's story. Anybody remember hearing the name Rahway as a culinarian? I can't recall all the way back to session 1 when there were a bunch of options for us.
I think there
don't,
was
but
mention
there
of
are a
him.
ton of teams, and there has to be as many culinarians, so I don't know if we got a comprehensive list.
you did not.
Rare. Oh, that's rare. Never mind.
When you got your list of culinarians, it was, hey, here's the ones that I think you might actually be able to get in with.
Mm-hmm.
I have already rolled one insight check, and Rayun, I'm going to DM you real fast. Ooh, once I'm not talking to myself.
Oh boy.
And then
Nope,
I
I
have
don't know how to spell talk.
something when you're done.
Sure. You may absolutely mend glitch. We are definitely in like short rest territory, especially now that the fire's out.
Hey guys, I do remember there being a raw way.
Excellent.
I've got no specific reason to distrust him. He was a slave. We saved him from slavery. We're working on the same team, air quotes, with a verifiable culinarian. He can be our sub commander for now.
And how long has he been on the ship?
I think since probably since we left.
Okay. Is it okay for me to do my thing now, Zell? Or if you're still doing something, I can wait.
If you sent me a message, I didn't get it.
Oh,
but
no,
otherwise,
I didn't.
Sure.
So I wanted to ask first, because my thing is kind of observing and collecting information. Do I get the feeling that Rayun and Brendan have developed some kind of bond? Like if I wanted to get some information from Brendan, would it be better to come from Rayun, or does he seem comfortable and open and honest with all of us? What is my read on that?
I'm going to get a quick insight check from you, but
Sure.
that is, let's just see where you stand on things.
Do you want me to roll it, or do you want to? Yeah, okay.
Well, I forgot I wasn't talking to myself. That happens.
Wow.
Fine. Also, you're freaking trained in insight. You're probably gonna do
Right.
okay. I would say you have no problem reading Brendan, and this dude. I mean, look, you can see he literally still has a manacle with broken chain on his left. Was it left? Yeah, left wrist.
Okay.
Yeah, left wrist.
And like he looks like he's got some concern on his face. So, maybe seeing Holden kind of still doing the like, I don't know, we trust this guy talk to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He chimes in and says, "Hey, listen, like I know we had some struggle because we were all trying to compete with one another, but you know, competition's over. You guys got your culinarian. It's probably better than the culinarian we got. Like, at this point, I mean, sorry for what happened earlier, but well, sorry. And I appreciate the save."
So, if you've been on the ship and helping them with their manifests and such this whole time, we're actually looking for some people who have been targeting trade businesses. Have these pirates been involved in any business like that on shore when they are on shore, or is the nefarious actions that they do strictly on sea?
No, these folk don't go on shore if they can help it. I mean, I'm guessing he points to the skiff that you arrived on. I'm guessing you pretty much saw their whole scheme. Take advantage of people that are trying to go to Nazma to help out, or try and get refugees and sell them off to the highest bidder. There's a lot of market for laborers trying to build camps and stuff like that.
Where do they take their people to? And do they ever have like the same people come from offshore that aren't passengers to discuss business that you're aware of?
I wish I could say, but no, they have a base off of Kavim. They're practically to Nazma. As far as other people, I mean, not that I can think of, not that I've seen in the last couple of weeks, but you know, I've been chained here. They didn't even let me ashore when we went to Kavim, so.
And they haven't ferried people back and forth that weren't
Not that weren't captives.
Okay. Great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, anything I can do to help.
Well, let's try to get this ship docked.
When you add that, he says, "Hey, if you want, I can take this back to like the proper shipyard."
How far away is that from the dock that we were on?
It's probably 7 or 8 miles southwest of here. So it'll be a quick sail. We'll have to do a little bit. He points up to the sails. Do a little bit of repair work, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
I don't see a problem with that.
Do we want to take the small skiff and maybe leave Morthos in charge?
Yeah,
To get
so
this
long
to
as he
shore?
doesn't use another fireball.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he could be overpowered. But if we
Yeah.
trust this guy and we freed the other slaves, I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
that-
think if we need to get back to and take care of the guy who sold us to these yahoos.
Oh yeah,
We might
definitely.
want to
we
have
can-
that conversation sooner rather than later.
I'm more interested, in getting back to trying to curry favor with honor so we can move forward with our initial quest. Like, while owning a boat would be fun, I don't think that's our primary objective here. I'm fine to just turn it over to Brendan and let the captive become the captain.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Let him, since he was captive for so long, he can be
That
in
sounds
charge
good to
of their
me.
fate.
All right.
So
That seems all right.
Are we leaving Morthos, or are we trusting these people? Are we trusting the crew to not overtake Brendan? I assumed since he was a captive once that we should probably not let them make him a captive again.
Probably leave more of those then.
Okay.
With Brendan, just to watch his back.
I'm
For what? For the next 20 minutes?
Well, yeah, and then he
Ask
could
him
just
again.
meet us on the docks, right?
Yeah.
When he gets back.
Okay.
For the sake of being Morthos and knowing the future, when you share this plan with Morthos, he politely says, "Oh, F no."
Okay. Never mind.
And says, "Yeah, he'll be fine." And he like sort of messes around with his parasite as a couple crew are walking by. Says, "I think the crew know who they're working for now."
Yeah, I mean, we can put the fear of God in the way off and just tell them that Brendan is the captain, that this was an act of compassion on our part. This was the reserved version of our normal Saturday afternoon. If we hear any harm has befallen him, I won't stop more of those next time.
Yep. I second that motion.
How many more sending stones do we have? Can we leave one with Brendan?
You have plenty.
Great. Let's leave one with him so that he can communicate with us once he gets settled on land. And maybe Tyrus can send a letter or something along to the guard to keep an eye out for the boat and arrest the crew.
Seems good. Brendan immediately takes that stone, tucks it up under his bandana, and then taps it like he's tapping his forehead.
Okay.
No, that turns it on.
Yeah, you guys
You can
all
only
get some
send it
feedback.
So many times.
We just get the re.
Oh
Just
man,
use 2 of the 3 charges, asshole.
unfortunate mic check.
All right, so on to the little boat and let's get out of here. Go bust some heads on the dock.
This seems like a Morthos thing to do. We're gonna add this as well as we leave. Yeah,
25 intimidation.
that crew
Nice.
is not going to disobey you. All right. Yeah. So Morthos does give a brief speech mirroring what Holden has already told you guys and the crew that were nearby of, "No, seriously, I will eat you." And the crew is very happy to escort you to your skiff. So, comparatively, the ride back is maybe a little less exciting. Your ship, as you guys start to get back to the docks, looks like it has got an anchor up and is starting to move. Yeah, probably. Yeah, in the right direction. It just takes a minute. There's a moment of like, oh crap, they're going the wrong. Oh, never mind, they're going the right way. They just had to turn more. So let's move you back to. Actually, you know what? Let's take a 5-minute break. Trying to be good about remembering those 5-minute breaks.
Woo!
Sweet.
Break. Sounds good.
Freedom!
Which also. Forgive me if I'm occasionally distracted, besides being really tired. Today I discovered another line of ants in the house.
Ooh, I have some fabulous gel traps if you are interested that work super, super well.
We actually have a really effective poison. It's like a protein-based poison where the ants eat it and take it back to their nests.
Yep.
But Pecorino, I will eat you. Sorry.
Go eat the ants.
Yeah, no, he's eating her food. Yeah, so like they take the poison back to the nest and then it grows like bacteria on them, which not only kills the ant, but also when other ants try and clean the bacteria off, it grows on them instead. And I have my pest guy gave me a little like maybe half an ounce of this stuff a year and a half ago, and I just like sprinkle 3 or 4 pinches on the line, and then within 24 hours they're completely gone.
Nice. I go to very serious war anytime we have ants. Not a fan.
Yeah. I'm not a fan normally, let alone when they're in my cat's food.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm not standing for this. They will not live,
Take
and
them
I just
down.
had to deal with that.
I like it.
I just
Yeah.
see you scooting around on your computer chair, just like raid spray, or just like going over everything in your house.
No, I was just telling my girlfriend that yeah, tomorrow I've made a decision. Instead of going to that event, I'm going to stay home and deep clean the house.
I had
Hey,
a bad
that
joke.
won't be as
but
fun,
That's not
but it will
appropriate.
feel good, and you'll get to enjoy it next week.
It will be very productive, yes.
I had a too soon joke come into my head.
What was it?
Had to do with Ohio.
No.
Oh no, and it was too soon.
It's a too soon joke.
Too
Man.
soon joke. Yeah, I had one of those.
You sure did. Jeez, dude.
Oh no! If it was that good and it got Zell, I kind of want to hear it now.
No, it was not good. It was that too soon.
Oh,
It was it was really too soon.
is it
Like-
still
It was
too soon?
right after I was talking about how this helicopter crashed.
Oh no.
And I had posted a video in our Discord, and it happened to be like a Ring or a Nest like camera like recording, and in my head, and it was the worst thing. I just imagined like the Looney Tunes like falling sound, and it was like, and that came to mind, so I just typed it up, and it was a too soon joke.
You don't come up with them often. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's a gift.
Wrong
Alright.
place, wrong time.
So,
Yeah.
are we on the skiff heading back to the docks?
Yep.
Okay.
So, sorry. Now that we are all back, except for X, hopefully he's back somewhere at some point. There's a commotion at the docks when you arrive. There is a flat out large crowd, actually pretty close to where you are parking your skiff. As you guys begin to investigate, and I swap us back to the proper scene, it looks like that crowd is surrounding Bottlebees.
Whoa.
Is this the guy that sold us?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes, Bottlebee Racker is the person who I guess actually, yeah, did kind of sell you guys.
Well, let's go get in on this fray.
Let's go hang them.
I've got some
By
choice
the
words for
crane.
him.
So by the time you guys get to the crowd, you're player characters. You are more important than everyone else in the crowd. You're able to kind of like gently push and shove people out of the way so that you can get to the front. As you get to the front, the source of the commotion is pretty clear, where the merchants that you talked to previously, and a decent number of others that you had not talked to, are all crowded around the edge of this particular dock, where Old Shelley is not properly positioned in here because he is very aggressively holding Bottleby over the side. Around the time that you break through to see all of this, you hear him shout, "You did what to them?" And there's some incomprehensible babble. It sounds like maybe Bottleby is trying to put together some sort of reasoning, but Shelley is not having that and cuts him off pretty quick and says, "They're working for the masters, you idiot. What did you think was gonna happen?"
They're talking about us.
Yeah, I feel like someone should interject. Who had the best
Uh,
relationship with Bottleby? Or with the Old Shelley?
Well, actually, I have a dog situation. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Can I just walk up and punch him?
I was gonna say I can step forward and just say, "Old Shelley."
He gives you kind of a dismissive, "I'll get to you in a minute, lass," wave. And then a second later turns his head. Oh! Well, look at you. Aren't you looking just as hay as the day we met?
What seems to be the trouble here? We have some business with this gentleman.
Well, I would imagine so. We caught wind. We mean, well, old Beecher here. No sense taking credit for it. Old Beecher here caught wind that the lot of you had left the shore. We
With
thought that
some
was a little strange. What's that?
With some help.
Yeah, we thought we'd try and figure out where you went and how and why. Just so happens that Bottleby here, he sweats a little bit under pressure. Isn't that right? And he kind of dangles him a little and gives him a jostle. But, I guess, no harm, no foul. If you're all back.
I wouldn't say no harm, no foul.
There was a. Can I see Bottleby for a second, or can you hold him, Old Shelley?
He holds him out to you like he's honestly like he's holding a sack of potatoes.
I'm gonna punch Bottleby in the gut.
Nice.
The whole crowd kind of winces. You hear that rippling. Ugh.
That's for selling us to a slaver ship.
Slavers. Shelley lifts the guy up. Slavers. Are you out of your mind? Boy, the guards are going to have a field day with you. Beecher steps up, the rather chill dwarf bar masters. Yeah, we might want to leave some of this to the guards. They'll be able to sort it out, and something tells me they will be able to tell that, well, if nothing else, he's wronged some members of the Knight. That should be enough to get him a nice long sentence, eh? Bottleby looks to the group in particular and says, I think I might prefer to try my luck with the guards.
Are you sure you wouldn't like passage? I am aware of very comfortable accommodations aboard a ship that would be happy to have you as a guest.
No. Right as rain. I will be happy to turn myself in.
Along with all of the records for the poor souls that you have put through this? All of the records?
We have all the records.
Right. They kept records. Brilliant. Yes, of course. Whatever you say. I do believe I'm getting a bit lightheaded, though. And Shelly just gives him another shake and says, "Good. Let's be on our way." And Shelly just throws him over his shoulder, again like a sack of potatoes. As the crowd starts to march and publicly shame Bottleby, most of the merchants head off as well.
Oh, before Urzag goes, I'd like to stop him.
Sure.
Hey, Urzag. I pull him off to the side where like very few people are.
Sure, yeah.
Did you ever talk to that person?
I mean, that was like 2 hours ago. I haven't stopped working yet.
Oh, okay.
But trust me, it's on my list of things to do.
Okay. I just want to add that to a thing. Maybe send a directional arrow or something. Haven't forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
What?
The only one of the lot that sticks around is Beecher. He jumps up onto one of Bottleby's stalls and just sits down on it. Not unlike what he did at the bar, but still seems more disrespectful when it's not his own. Well, that was a right bit of fun. Glad to see you're all right. We thought the worst when we heard you had left land.
Should have seen the fireball.
Well, we saw a bit of fire, too. Hard to avoid a plume that big.
Yeah. Well, we're fine. Some of the crew kind of went up in flames, but there's still a good handful that were left alive, and we have a friend that's running the ship.
Good.
So hopefully all those cages will be made into something else.
Well, good. Like I said, I was. Ooh. Anyway, we sort of pooled our resources. It seemed like we all had half a piece of the puzzle. So I wanted to give you a bit of advice. We hadn't really talked about it, but that girl you were looking for. I had mentioned she had been looking for. Well, she'd been looking for Hans, and I told her that she couldn't find him here. She did ask at some point other places that might have him, and I pointed her to a couple other docks. Forgive me if I'm being a little forward, but I'd check Havencrest. It sounds like that was one of the places that. Well, it sounds like one of the other places that Urzag was mentioning. He mentioned that he had pointed you in that direction.
Haven Crest. Okay.
Anyway, I'm sorry, I shouldn't stick around too long. I've already been away from the bar for about an hour. But, well, sorry about the misunderstanding, and you're always welcome if you need anything.
None taken, and thank you for all your help. You guys have been very hospitable, and thank you for having our backs. Also,
Anytime.
If we don't catch up to old Shelly before you do, just thank him again for letting me give Bottleby a good sock to the gut.
Trust me, I think half the doc thought that was a long time coming. But I'll pass the message along all the same. And with that, he trundles his way down the dock and does not follow the procession, but heads back to the safety of his bar.
And it was Haven Crest, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure was.
Is that a location here or an entirely different city?
That was one of the docks that Urzag mentioned.
Okay.
He gave a list of like 3 or 4, and that was on the list.
Apologies, I didn't remember.
Look, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even have all of them written down. I had one of them that was not correct, one of them that was correct, and then the other ones, I said them so fast when I told you that I forgot to write it down. Really peeling behind the curtain a little bit. Boy, my desk is just littered with notes of all of the random stuff I've told you.
That is my favorite part about DMing, is just having to keep track of all the things you had to make up that session.
Yep. It's a lot. So, what's up? What's the next move?
I think we need to get back on track to fulfill our bargain with Honor, which I believe means we head out to Haven Crest, right?
Yeah, Haven Crest.
I don't think anybody took any real damage in that last fight. A little bit of singe here and there, but unless we need to rest, I think we just go now, yeah?
Looking
Yeah.
over at Tyrus. No, everybody's fine, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
Tyrus, let me
don't be a
just
bitch.
give you a little bit of lay on hands.
It's just a scratch. It's fine.
Here. Let me just give you 5 points. 5 points. I don't know how much HP.
Thanks.
Look, it's something. All right. Well, yeah, I don't know the specifics of the math. I'm not looking at the character sheet, so I'm going to trust that X plus 5 works. All right. Well, on your way out of the Sandway, you run into the same guard as before, the well-dressed Satiri guard halfling woman, Taffer. And her assistant is nowhere to be found. Or her guard companion. When she spots you, at first, she looks pretty darn on edge. But, again, it's only actually been a couple hours, so she recognizes you soon enough and eases up a little bit. As you get a little closer, she says, "Oh, well, welcome back. I trust you have business in the docks?"
We do.
If you wouldn't mind telling me where you're going, I'll escort you. I have already had to send my partner home to get mended up.
Haven Crest Dock, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh. Haven Crest. Okay. Great. Let's be on our way.
It's too much trouble. We're happy to go on our own.
I will at least escort you to the docks themselves. Once inside, you might be on your own. And she hops down from the barrel that she was sitting on and begins to lead you along the way. As she does, she flat out opens up with, or she continues with, I hope you have a very good reason that is in the light of the law to be headed into Haven Crest.
I'll just flash her the badge again, I think, and just
Yeah.
remind her that
Yeah.
we're on business here that we aren't at liberty to discuss freely.
Right. Well, look, I won't stop you. If you know where you're going and you know what you're doing, I have to trust.
You don't even have to trust. You can go ask Christail about what we're doing here if you really want.
No, I'll trust. That's fine.
That seems reasonable.
Look, there's been reports of shady activity in that area. There's a reason we don't have a lot of guard presence around there.
Like
Is all.
being kidnapped against your will and absconded onto a slaver ship.
It's a long story.
As a for instance.
Oh yeah, actually, that's not terribly far off. Guess that was a stronger rumor than I thought.
Not a rumor.
I hadn't been told anything, so if you're on it, especially if you're working for the commander, then by all means. Just be safe. Not too much longer. You guys make your way to the dock. Taffer, from a safe distance, gives you a good luck wave, and I move the scene.
This looks like a very reputable dock.
Right? Place is lovely. Nice atmospheric lighting.
Reminds me of Diablo.
Oh yeah, I could get that vibe.
Yeah, okay.
It's the necromancer, like, I think star.
Like teal, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm half expecting a horde of demon zombies.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. That is a different campaign.
Because it's two hordes?
All right. I am dragging these directly from the journal, so they are definitely going to work. And this is not me saying that you are in combat. This is merely saying that you guys might want to explore the area, and I'm curious to know where you're going to be. As I set the scene.
I'll have you delete the Mira character because I can't move her.
Gosh dang it, this again. Let's see, did we have a different one that worked?
I just dragged it back on from the character sheet.
I don't know why that works, and I will figure it out later.
I have a solution if you want one.
That seems like a good thing to do when we're not live, but I am looking forward to it.
You got it.
So when you arrive at the docks, I mean, this scene is actually pretty accurate to what you see. Beside the fact that, it is actually pretty late. This place is run down. There are OSHA violations all over the place. The people working here definitely seem like the sort of people that will work here until the end of the earth, which it also looks like they probably believe is pretty soon. Not a lot of people that look like they're eating too well. The muscle is, hey, if you don't have muscle, you're not working and you might be dying. And just like, yeah, there's light. There are lamps, but nothing's really penetrating. I don't know how it manages to be foggy when you walked like a mile and a half, but this place looks and feels distinctly different from the Sandway. As you walk in, the group to the party's left / east immediately take note of you. The Tabaxi in the front, in particular, giving you a rather quizzical look. A few other folks also like take brief notice of you, but maybe look like they would rather be talking to anybody else. The Tabaxi does approach pretty quick, though. He says, you lot look like you're lost. Or you're exactly where you intend to be.
The latter, my friend.
Wonderful, wonderful. A bunch of hale young adventurers, yeah? He points to Rayun, he points to your shoulder strap that has your shield on it. Yeah, you don't look much like the kind that's looking for work.
No, we have business to attend to here.
I bet you do. Well, pleasure to meet you. Liz Tag here, at your service.
I held out my fist for a fist bump. Rayun. Nayfarin.
He reciprocates. Pleasure to meet you. Rayun, you wouldn't happen to have business here with Boss Bush, would you?
If it leads to where we're going, maybe.
Yeah, you don't look like the kind that works with the Bush. You know, I had not put that together when I named him, but it's also very funny.
Boss Hog.
He
Looks like those Emerald Dawn boys was at it again.
Rayun, he leans in real close, like he's whispering right in your ear, and says, "Look, kid, you're looking just a little too goody two-shoes for this area."
Divine Sense kicks off.
If you're asking if he's giving off a good or evil aura,
Yes, and just kind of like for the rest of the time that we're here,
all right.
like just kind of keeping my eye out.
Sure. Well, I will tell you right now. Let's see. You reading the divine sense ability, that was important. You definitely do not feel any celestial, fiendish, or undead energy.
All right, so this is regular danger. Got it.
He gives the whole group a look and then looks over his shoulder. There are a few gentlemen, including some who I have no idea why they're on the GM layer. But you totally could have seen them. They are just helping work the ship. And he says, hey, maybe somewhere a little quieter, huh? Why don't you come with me? And he doesn't really wait. He just kind of bounds off in this direction towards this building.
All right. What do you guys think? Should we follow him?
And he doesn't really wait for you. He just races inside.
I mean, perhaps the boss of this dock would know where we could find the girl we've been tracking.
Yeah, that might be a good thing.
Maybe we can track this guy down to his employer. Maybe we can, or we just ignore it and shake these guys down for some information.
I mean, if these guys look pretty like rode hard, I'm guessing they might have recognized a young woman if she came here. So I think asking around probably isn't the worst idea. She would stick out like a sore thumb if this place is really...
Oh, it is really.
Yeah. Let's question some people. I'm gonna move over by this group and see if there's any like eavesdropping I can do, or if they engage with me at all when I move close.
Well, let's start with there's no eavesdropping to be done. The group on the dock is not paying you too much attention down to the south. But this group, Liz was part of this group. The four of them are very clearly paying attention to you. As you get close, the southern of the lot, who is a rather stout dwarf, short human, hard to tell. He's, what do you want?
I'm looking for someone. A young
Yeah?
girl. She wouldn't belong here. Have you seen her?
Yeah, I'm looking for a young girl too.
Oh.
Gross.
At that point, Glitch is going to step in between me and the man, and I'm going to say, my friend here would be happy to help you become a young girl.
He throws his hands up and yeah, listen, you want to start a fight?
I'm not
Trust
afraid
me.
to finish one, if that's what you're asking.
I'm just saying.
And
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
heard
asking.
me. What's stopping me from calling the boss?
Call
the
him.
arrow in your throat.
I mean, we want the boss anyway, right?
Nope.
No
We're not
skin off
wrong.
my back. Do what
That
you
may
think
be
is
the
right.
line.
If you won't tell me what I want to know, maybe your boss will.
He just throws his hands up. Yeah, all right. I'll take you to the boss. He waves off the other two dudes that you can tell are very clearly important because they look the same. And they head off. And the gentleman brings you over here.
Totally different direction from the other guy.
Yeah. I'm just gonna fast forward this a little bit. He walks right in, like he does not hesitate. And as he throws open the door, he says, "Hey, boss, look what I got here. Couple of potted plants I'm accidentally moving. Where? Oh, I'm messing stuff up. Give me 1 second. I have broken the world.
No.
I am realizing that I can interact with things that I did not think I could interact with on this level.
Temporal and spatial anomaly detected. Please hold.
There we go. I forgot that all of that stuff was on the GM layer. And I was like, why can't I move this plant all of a sudden? The stout person walks in, says, "Hey, boss. Looks like we got us a couple of troublemakers." The man at the desk probably has some ogre DNA in him. And his thick, meaty grip on the quill that he was writing with probably somewhere in the D. That grip holds his temper just long enough to set that quill down before he stands up pretty aggressively. And we're talking like almost like DC Kingpin size of just an incredibly broad person. And he says, "Well, that's funny. They don't look like guards."
I'm sure you didn't become the boss without realizing that some things are more than they seem.
He makes his way to the office door to greet you all. He says, "Yeah. Yeah, but some things are exactly what they seem. What I think I'm seeing is a bunch of no good, too good, little white pantied adventurers."
Well spotted. If you help us find what we're looking for, we'll be out of your gloomy, dirty, ne'er-do-well world as quick as can be.
"And what are you looking for?"
Describe the girl again. Young, blonde, elven, timeless features, perfect symmetry. I imagine she'd be noticed here.
"Listen, Scout. If I had that kind of lady around, trust me, she wouldn't be timeless for too long."
I know we're not supposed to be murder hobos.
Oh, I hate this guy. He is disgusting.
My divine sense is still up. Still no.
I mean, he's not well, he is a fiend. He is not like a demon. He's a demon in the sense like when you play Fable and you go the bad route.
Yeah, okay.
He's
Love that
evil,
game.
just not otherworldly.
Yeah, thank you. I was having a really hard time differentiating.
Man, you pick up all the ladies, don't you?
Well, I mean, let's just bounce. If you can't help us find what we're looking for, then I'm afraid we're going to have to turn over every barrel, crate, and stone here until I'm satisfied.
You know what? Good luck with that, Scout.
And you too,
Light his
boss.
office on fire.
He shuts the door rather aggressively.
I want to inspect the rest of that office building.
If we set it on fire, we can.
But if, say for example, that girl is in the back room.
True.
Well, we're setting the building on fire, not her. It's fine.
That's not really how fire works.
I'm not sure you understand the transient property of fire.
I guess, I really wasn't expecting this, but let me just whip this back out, because I'll probably need it.
Because where there's smoke, there's fireball.
All right. Let's, I guess, investigate the perimeter of this building and see if there's any windows or way to look into the other parts of the building. We know his office is here in the front. We couldn't see what was behind it.
Yeah. I have hidden what was in it in the GM layer, but there was wall here. So yeah. You guys have control. Control yourselves where you're going, and I will make magic happen.
Tyrus, what do you think about, is there a world where you and I could just put like 40 gold on a barrel here and just say 40 gold to the first person who brings us a tangible lead on this girl we're looking for?
40 gold to the first person who brings us to the girl?
Or at least tells us of her location or something? Or do you think these people will just try to take the money? Or are they hardened enough criminals in this area of the city that we're not going to get anybody to break their vow of silence?
I feel like we just knock on the door politely and then rough up the boss. I feel like that's what we should do.
All right. I wouldn't knock politely. Go bang on the door. I'll back you up.
City guard.
I mean, we have the badge, right?
True.
So I guess the plan is
let's threaten him with the captain.
I want to knock on the door, and then whoever answers it, I want to punch him.
Nice.
Nice hard-boiled detective.
Doesn't matter who answers the door. I want to punch him. Unless
Here
it's
comes the girl we're looking for.
unless it's a tiny elf girl, then I don't want to punch. I won't punch anyone else besides that.
Dang. Honestly, I couldn't think of anybody funnier to open the door, but I tried really hard. Okay. I'm going to drop my screwdriver for the third time today.
Nice.
Ooh, I think I even made a chip in the floor. That sucks. All right, it's time to stop playing with the screwdriver. These are semi-real hardwood floors.
Stop screwing around.
Okay, so I want to confirm the plan because I think I got all this down, and I think I can temporarily hide this fire token. That it sounds like you guys are going to open the door and probably just start combat, yeah?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I don't imagine you guys expect there to be too much diplomacy after the punch to the face.
I feel like these people deserve it. Because they're gross.
I hear we have a right-wing agenda.
I think we have a tax to collect, and it's a pound of flesh.
Or we're just going to teach them some manners, because these guys really do not know how to act around a lady, and I am a lady.
Yeah, they really grind my gear. All of this is telling me that I've done a phenomenal job, so thank you for that. I really thought I had something special when I called you guys that particular name that I was going to repeat, and then it couldn't actually roll off my tongue. I am going to end it here because the last thing I want to do is start a second combat for the night. And that way we can have X here for the next session and just start off with some initiative rolls.
Okay.
It's a brave and daring way to start a session, and I respect it.
I like it. Let's do it.
Well, all right then.
Pow, right in the kisser.
Not gonna lie, my original intent was to like just skulk around around the building.
Yeah, I saw you guys starting to move. If you like, I can give you a little bit before maybe you get called back.
Yeah.
And yeah, like if you guys want to take, if Rain maybe wants to take like 10, 20 seconds and do some poking around.
Yeah, I was creeping over there with him.
Yeah, I saw that. And then it sounds like you guys were like, ooh, wait, no, fighting. That sounds way better.
Well, I don't want to separate from the group and then.
Sure.
Yeah.
So how about this? We'll say like they had that conversation